You've blown it, sunshine.
Look, Sid, I can explain.
I bet you can. You're a past master of that, aren't you? The trouble is, Terry, who's going to believe you?
Well, give us a chance, eh?
OK, try me.
All right, I'll admit it. I'll come clean. It's a daft thing to do, I know, but I flogged her that battery.
You what?
Mrs. Hunter, the duff one. Well, I didn't know who she was, did I?
Well, that's that got to do with it. You know we had them all lined up ready to go back, didn't you? Well, didn't you?
Yeah.
So?
I was a bit on the side, wasn't it?
You're a nutter.
Well, don't tell me you've never dabbled. I mean, it takes one to know, and no offence.
Listen, can that, right?
Well, I thought I had this bird line up for Andy's 16 quid. I wasn't going to turn that down, was I?
Sure, ain't you?
Well, it's worth the risk.
What do you think she was going to do? Go to the ends of the earth and never come back?
I've done it before and people don't bother. They just go in somewhere else and change it. What would you say then, Sid?
No, like I said, Terry, you're on your bike.
Oh, come on.
We can't have guys like you coming in here and taking us apart bit by bit, starting up on your own. Must be joking.
No, I'll give you my word.
Yeah, a lot of good that is, isn't it?
Listen, there's nothing doing, Sid. I need this.
You should have thought of that before you dipped your hand, shouldn't you?
I'll go halves.
Now, pack that in, right? You get out there, get that new battery and fix it to Mrs. Hunter's car, got it?
What's going to happen when I come back?
That's up to Sharon.
What does she have to know?
This thing leaks like a sieve, and I don't want to be underneath it when it does. I want no more to do with it. From now on, it's straight down the middle, right?
Yeah, but Sid, look...
That's how I want it, Terry. Now, on your way.
Darling?
Thanks.
What are you taking so hard? Kate Hamilton and the inquest?
Kate Hamilton and her collapse on the witness stand. Cheers. Aren't you having one?
No, I don't feel like one. Did she keep in touch with Jill?
No. Nobody I know of. We all felt it was a mistake, her going back to Tony Moran.
Foolish simply to resume working for him. Or living with him. Or both. Well, if you're so worried about her, why don't one of you call her?
Just tried.
Perhaps a solicitor?
I tried him before I tried her. He asked me if I found out where she'd gone after the adjournment, to let him know.
Terry, I thought you'd gone.
Wish I had, mate. Sid's doing his cocoa.
Huh? What about?
David Hunter's charming lady wife.
Oh, no, she ain't found out about that batch, has she?
Nah, too daft, mate. Sid has.
Huh?
He come in and cut me filling a new one. I should have had you as a lookout.
So, what's gonna happen then?
Says he's going to tell Sharon. So I'll kiss this lot goodbye. Just when I was beginning to like it. I mean, me and you was getting on great in that pad, weren't we?
Yeah.
That's all messed up. Unless...
Let's what?
Nah, it wouldn't work.
Oh, go on. You can tell me.
Well, unless you was to have a word with him.
Me?
Well, he likes you. He's always going on about what a good lad you are. And if you was to have a word with him, he might sort of drop it altogether. It'd mean a lot to me, Benny. Well, you know it would. I mean, I've got a job and a place to lay me head. Take that away, mate, and what have I got?
Oh, yes, your solicitor's secretary rang and left a message. Yes, quite convenient. Bestbury's Brasserie, 6:45.
Ah, thanks. Good.
Is that some sort of code?
Oh, it's not a code. Bestbury's is a new place in Birmingham. I'd have thought you'd have heard of it. I'm meeting him there for a drink and a chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Sharon Metcalf. Oh, she's been pestering and pestering me. Mind you, it's not her fault. It's Paul Ross putting his oar in. She says that he says that J. Henry's been ringing him about this garage merger. He wants an answer to the proposal forthwith. I mean, do you believe it?
I'm not sure.
Now, I mean, do you believe that J. Henry's actually been ringing Paul Ross about it at all? I mean, what's a garage to J. Henry?
Well, it wouldn't be the garage. It would be Sharon Metcalf. And if J. Henry is after anything, it's Sharon's skin, and not the garage itself.
Yes, he wants her out, that's all right. When they left here, though, last month, I thought that it was pretty clear that Valerie had managed to talk some sense into him about risking another heart attack. I mean, can you imagine him ringing and ringing from his holiday villa, stoking up his blood pressure on a thing like this? No, it's Paul Ross. He's sticking his neck out of his own accord. Do you want to lay the axe over it, David?
Hmm?
Did you hear what I said about this garage business?
Yes. I'm meeting my solicitor in Birmingham, as it happens. I'll put the problem to him. Should only be an hour.
Done the wheel.
Good lad.
All it needs now is the nuts in that checked.
Well, I'll have a shift in a minute.
Right.
Look, there's nothing else for you to do. You may as well finish for the night now.
Tuck. Sit. Terry, he's ever so miserable.
Has he put you up to this?
What?
Coming in here with a sob story.
Oh no, it's just I seen how miserable you were.
Well, it's his own fault.
Yeah, but look, if you tell Miss Sharon, well, you get the sack, won't he? And then he will have nothing. And I know what that's like. It ain't no fun. Look, if that car's going to be all right and Mrs. Hunter don't mind none, perhaps...
Perhaps what?
Just let it be.
Finish that clutch plate?
No, I can wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, you better get yourself off home and sort things out a bit, eh?
I know where to start. Look about that collection. Not very much.
Oh, it was nothing.
Oh, yes, it was. I tried to make it nothing. I'm sorry about that. When I got to thinking how you all chipped in, it really helped. I get a letter from me and Trina. I'll stick it up on the board.
Oh, that'd be nice, that.
Yeah, well, I better get home and see how she and the kid is.
Yeah, they're the ones that matter now. Not all that rubbish you've been going through. Hang on tight, old son.
Well, I don't know what this is about. Well, who told you to do it in the first place? Oh, I see. Well, I'm still in the dark. Well, perhaps you should go through the list then. Okay. Do you know what the girl meant?
What girl?
The switchboard girl. The receptionist told her to ring round all the hotels to trace Mrs. Kate Hamilton. The receptionist said that she was passing on an instruction from David.
Well, I'm not surprised. I was thinking of doing the same myself.
But anyway, she's gone through all the better hotels and wonders whether she should get into the rough stuff.
We don't know that Kate's staying in any hotel, do we? I mean, she could be staying with a friend.
Is Kate a youngish woman?
Well, not exactly oldish. About your age, really, give or take a year. Well, give, actually. Got a daughter.
How old's the daughter?
Oh, she must be about, well, about 20 now. Problem child. Had an affair with her schoolmaster. Tears all round, scandal.
Not an easy life, then, Mrs. Hamilton.
Bumps all the way.
The type of woman, in short, David can't resist helping.
Hard case, soft centre, our David.
Well, obviously those hoodlums got away through the back gardens. They could have got into Brassington Avenue by jumping over a few fences. Anyway, as I was telling you, 3 of my best dahlias were down, broken right off.
Now, you and your wife were asleep at the time, were you?
No, Kath, my wife, had gone up. I was in here talking to my son-in-law, Kevin. Ah, Kath, just in time. Sergeant Barrow.
Oh, how do you do? WPC Harrison.
Oh, it's about that wretched business next door. Anything we can remember. Anything to help them with their inquiries.
Well, do you really need me here?
No, that won't be necessary.
It's just that I promised to bake a pie for Mac and Trina, you know, the MacDonalds.
Oh, lucky them. Right, if we might carry on, Mr. Brownlow. I'd like to return to that matter of the Residents' Protection Society.
I really don't see the point in dragging them in. There's no possible connection with yesterday's fire.
Oh, well, that's what we have to determine. I'm particularly interested in your chairman, Wilfred Sneed. Captain Sneed, as he calls himself on occasions. You do know the gentleman, of course.
Well, I've met him, yes.
On more than one occasion.
Well, at meetings and, well, we've had the odd drink and chat.
And did the MacDonald's name crop up during such chats?
Well, it may have done.
Well, did it or didn't it, Mr. Brownlow?
Well, I dare say I mentioned them. Look here, Sergeant, you're on the wrong track. Wilfrid, Mr. Sneed, well, he's no hooligan. He's a gentleman. May go over the edge now and then, but he holds this country in high esteem.
Well, I hope we all do that, sir. The trouble is, one of the youths we picked up last night... Oh, and he also claims to be a patriot. He reckons he was acting under Mr. Sneed's orders.
Oh, no.
So, if you wouldn't mind answering a few more questions.
I'll never learn. I shouldn't be doing this. If you worked for any other firm, mate, your feet wouldn't touch the ground. You know that?
Yeah, toss it. It's great.
Well, listen, pay attention, will you?
I am.
And stop smiling then.
Well, is it my fault you made me a very happy man? Listen, Sid, I'll not forget this, mate. I'll pay you back.
You'll pay me back now, right?
Oh, yeah, but,
We're one battery short, remember?
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah, as always. I don't think I got it, though, Sid. I had to pay out with me digs and that. Oh, 16 quid.
OK, that leaves 8 outstanding.
Eh?
New battery is 24 quid. I'll take the next 8 quid out of your next week's wages.
Well, she only give me 16.
Ah, well, that's for the dud one. The new one is extra. So she got a bit of a bargain, didn't she?
Right then, we'll take it that the phone call that you made to Mrs. MacDonald contained no actual threats.
Well, I merely told her that she should be ashamed of herself.
She'd implied certain things. You see, it was a purely domestic.
Ah, well, that accords with Mr. MacDonald's version. And nevertheless, we do have another note here of one of the meetings of the residents, at which you, Mr. Brownlow, used the expression, "We have to fight fire with fire."
Oh, that was just a way of speaking.
Yeah, well, a rather unfortunate one in the circumstances. It wouldn't sound too good in court now, would it?
That's ridiculous. You can't associate these people, respectable professional people, with that act of vandalism.
Oh, well, that's for us to decide, Mr. Brownlow. But what we've got here is a group of people dedicated to clean up the neighbourhood. The simple fact is that someone has translated words into actions, criminal actions. Now, you may think there's no connection. My superintendent may take a different view. OK?
What was that he was saying about court?
Well, they got one of the youths, didn't they? There's bound to be a court case, isn't there?
No, Sneed and the residents.
Oh, don't ask me. I mean, you know, the police, they do their job, but they don't confide, do they?
He's way outside his authority.
Yes, well, I better check on that pie, I think.
Merely trying to frighten me.
Seems to have succeeded on the face of it.
Well, you're not saying that I'm implicated, are you?
I'd rather not say anything.
No, I won't have it. Just because some criminal lunatics perpetrated an outrage...
Decent racialists like Sneed have to suffer.
Eh?
Don't make me say it, Arthur.
Say what?
At least you feel ashamed. I know that deep down you feel like I do, sick in the stomach. To think that fire could have killed that baby.
So it worked then, me having a chat to him?
Well, contributory factor, should we say? Well, but once he'd had time to think about it, he realised they'd be losing one hell of a fella. I mean, I've watched Nobby try and spray a car. Gets more in his lungs, if you ask me. No, if they'd let me go, they'd have felt a pinch for sure. Oh. But thanks all the same, mate, for your effort. I'll buy you lemonade Friday, if I can last that long.
How do you mean?
Well, he cut me for 24 quid, didn't he? And that just about cleaned me out. Hey, that's on tick till Friday. Right carve up. 24 quid he charged me for that battery. And who comes off best, mate? Always the same, them that's got it.
Who's that?
Mrs. Hunter. Got herself a brand new battery, 8 quid to the good.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Mrs. Hunter. Weren't meant to hear that. Still our mistake. Down to us, you're the lucky one.
So it seems.
Top quality goods, nothing but the best. I bet it's going to treat.
Oh, absolutely.
Terrific. I had a bit of a twiddle with the alternator as well, and the timing was none too clever, but it's all sorted out now. Yeah, it's all down at the one price, so to speak.
Tell me, Mr. Lawton, do I strike you as a complete fool?
Eh?
A dizzy blonde to be taken for a ride?
Anything but.
That first battery was a dud.
Oh, yeah, as it happens, and... Well, what's more, it's going straight back to the makers. I mean, we've got our reputation to think of.
I'm not concerned with your reputation. I'm concerned with what you are. A pretty cheap con merchant, wouldn't you say?
Well, I mean, let's...
What?
Well, let's be reasonable about this.
All right, let's. You fitted the first battery, which was a total write-off.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't know, you see, not at the time.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, I see. So it was all down to Sharon?
How do you...
Bad management. I'll take it up with her in the morning.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Well, I would say it's the only course open. Wouldn't you?
Oh, look, I'm sorry. Well, I've been up against it a bit lately, and a couple of quid would have seen me all right.
So you con me? And any other person who happens to stop off for petrol? Well, I must say it's really noble of you.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's no credit on you or this garage.
Well, I've put it to rights, haven't I? At my own expense. I think I've learned my lesson, Mrs. Hunter.
Yeah, well, I dare say I've learnt a little lesson too.
Think they've got it made. Think you can't get back at them. She's got another thing coming.
You just leave it, Terry. It's for the best.
Treen! Treen!
Oh, Mac, I'm sorry to intrude. I just thought you could find some use for this pie.
It's very generous.
I mean, Trina's got quite enough to do without making any cooking and stuff.
Yeah, she's got a lot on her plate at the moment.
Is she all right?
Yes, she's fine.
At her mother's?
Yes, she's gone there for the day. She'll be back soon with Ben. They've just gone there for the day. You know, the fire and all that.
You all right, Mac?
Yes, I'm fine. Kath, she's left me.
Trina?
She's gone and she's taken my son with her.
Oh, no.
What am I gonna do, Kath? What am I gonna do? They were everything I lived for.